For both of you, just how much is the relief, to hear that everyone is so excited about it, all the positive reviews coming out of TIFF, and did you feel the pressure going into it, and some of that maybe alleviated now?
Oh, honey, being the girls that we are, we know we brings the noise. So we weren't really worried about it, the people not living for the whole situation. Because when we walk in the building, honey, it's all chaos. Good chaos, though.
Understand.
You know.
Understand. No, I think just the anticipation of it coming out on the 30th and it's approaching. Yeah, things are feeling a little more intense in the best way though, because the responses have all been so overwhelmingly good. And then while we were in TIFF at the world premiere, to see 2,000 people in the audience literally just die laughing nonstop at the movie, and then the moments that were meant to be sentimental and more heartfelt, they got in the pocket there as well. So I think the movie serves its purpose, and I think people are getting it. So it feels good. I'm just excited for everybody to see it.
Say, are you going to be sneaking into the theaters to watch it with people when it does open?
I am. I'm going to take my parents and like some of my friends like the week of the premiere. So yeah.
I think I might go with my ex.
Just to be like, that's me up there. Look what you
No,
missed out on.
he knows that.
To make him know it.
To make him know it, but he knows it. But it's just that there are parts in the movie that was so relatable to, and for us to be filming that, and for me to be going through some of that stuff, like the throuple, not the throuple, the promiscuity, the having multiple partners and stuff like that. Like I was actually going through that during the taping, which I didn't know until later on. But for it to be like a surreal moment, like, honey, you see this, learn something from this.
And obviously this movie is such a huge step in terms of visibility for queer characters and something so mainstream from such a big studio. But I'm curious for each of you, when you were growing up, do you recall maybe someone or something that you watched where you first felt seen or represented?
No, nobody other than Gene Anthony Ray from the show Fame back in the day. Because I'm a person that I've always been in love with the arts, dancing, singing, acting and stuff. I remember when I would watch that show and seeing him, and he was openly gay. I appreciated it, but other than that, I did not. All I saw was comical references played by straight people that made a joke of who we were, and then to later understand that we have always just been a joke to so many people and so much of society. It became heartbreaking. And now to see us taking our rightful place in film and television, where we're actually getting our stories told by us,
Yes.
for us, it's a full circle moment, and it is true testament that delay is not denial.
Hey, Hyundai BB, yeah, shout out. Yes. Well, for me, no, I have to say that I didn't see myself. There's only a small fraction of myself that I saw in the Crying Game, with the character Dill. Like I said, oh, okay, there she go, there you go, Miss Madison. There she is, right there. Well, there's some of you,
Yeah.
but now living in a time where when people will reflect back and say, who is some of your queer icons, and they will list Miss Lawrence, they'll list T.S.
Right.
Madison, they'll list Billy Eichner, they'll list Luke McFarlane, they'll list us, as a part of saying, well, when I was growing up, I saw these people and this inspired me to do this. And so it's just one of those feelings that you really don't understand, you really can't grasp it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really grasp it.
I was gonna say, for me growing up, it's like Dawson's Creek, there was one gay character. My So-Called Life, one gay character. Now you have a whole film that is filled with a spectrum of queer people, which is just such a great improvement to finally see.
Oh, you like Dawson's Creek?
Of course I did.
I don't
Well,
want
Jack.
for us to be over. I want to know right now.
Got to clear the rights on that. Shh.
Oh, why we know.
And obviously all your scenes together as a group are just so fun to watch. And I'm curious, what were you able to bring to the process? Because obviously this film we're trying to represent a lot of people, but queer people, it's not a monolith. You each have your own stories. Were you able to bring some of that?
We definitely brought that Black flavor to it, baby. There ain't no way, there's no other way around it. We definitely brought that Black flavor to it. I definitely when the bloopers parts come out, you'll definitely get to see a lot more of that Black flavor that I brought to the situation.
Can't wait.
T.S. Madison candor. But we both brought our experiences in the community. We both brought our presence playing those characters. And for people that are familiar with each of our stories or each of our personalities, know that we brought us to the film. Like we came that's T.S. Madison there, oh yes. Oh, Miss Lawrence in there, oh yes. I can see fragments and pieces of me in each one of these individuals. Even though they playing their character, Angela and Wanda. But that's the TS up there, honey.
But you know what? We were playing our characters, but also just to be there, and our presence being there, it says a lot. It says a lot about, not only where society at large is going, but it says a lot about where the LGBTQ community is going. Because for a long time, we have still been very, very bifurcated. You have your white gay community, you have your Black gay community. Hopefully this will, aid somewhat in bridging that gap. Because this movie has every hue. It has every hue, every type of LGBTQ person in it. And I think that's necessary because what that does is allow us to make sure we take care of home first while we're inviting the world into our home. And when I say inviting us in, they're them coming to see bros.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And for each of you, did you have favorite rom-coms before this? Obviously, most of them are cis, straight. But what were ones maybe you visited a lot before being in them yourself?
Most definitely my go-to is Pretty Woman because that is definitely my story, honey. I have always had a John to come pick me up in his limousine, girl, but I just don't have the JJ.
Yeah.
So
mine was Bridesmaids, Hangover, all of those.
Wait a minute, Hangover's a rom-com? Mm-hmm. What is romantic about Hangover?
It's a bromance.
It is. There's a wedding and all that happens.
There is a wedding, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rom-com.
With Heather Graham.
No, I didn't see myself in any of those.
No.
Or that I could even relate to them, but they were funny.
But I just want to know, did you see yourself as a bride?
I see myself as a bride.
Oh!
I definitely see myself as the bride.
Would you wear
Put that in the sequel?
Huh? Oh,
I said put that in the sequel.
Would I wear hair?
Yeah.
Oh, no, baby. It's always bald head. It is bald,
Same.
baby. Milk. Come on. Come on, bald head. Exactly. Understand. I like to show my crown chakra.
And
lastly, I just want to ask if we do get a sequel, and I hope we do, what would you like to see happen with your characters?
Oh, definitely. I definitely want my character to live in the T.S. Madison experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to bring Angela to life with more of what T.S. Madison gives to the public. So that when the public walks in there, they're like, oh, yes, honey.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And, just more. I want to be more. I want to be a lot more.
I would like to see my character, Wanda, evolve in a way that she gets to let people see a more in-depth version of who she is, right? Because Wanda is the more serious, kind of serene person, so you don't really get a full idea of who Wanda is at core. So I would love to see, what does Wanda look like with a boyfriend? You know what I mean? Why is it how does Wanda get to be the voice of reason? The one that is the one that keeps the board in check and keep them together. Like, where does that come from? Yeah.
Well, I hope we get to see it. Like I said, I loved this. I hope we get more. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much.